Okay, so there's 4 different possible configurations here, and then a whole nother page. Oh, never mind, these are different languages. So if you couldn't tell, today we're going to do a little bit more electrical work on the trailer. What I got in front of me here is a Technosha breakaway switch. There's an old one on the trailer, but obviously we're just going to replace it and move on with something new. I'm looking at all these directions here, and they can be confusing, but basically what these directions are how to wire it up if you have a standalone battery on your trailer just for the breakaway switch. Now that is not the case for what we're running. What we are going to be running, like I've said in previous videos, is the 2 deep cycle batteries, 1 or 2, we'll see. But we're going to have onboard batteries on the trailer because we're going to be using them to run different lights and different things. So this is not the case. So basically what we're going to do today is take our breakaway switch, and what happens here is when the plug is pulled out, I can't do that with one hand, but when the plug is pulled out, these 2 wires are connected. Okay, so for instance, this is going to get hooked to the truck. If the truck for some reason were to disconnect from the trailer, it would pull this plug out and it would connect these 2 wires. Well, now why would you want to do that? Well, here's why. One wire is going to be battery positive and one wire is going to be to the brakes. So when this plug gets pulled out, you will have battery positive wires directly to the brakes. And it's basically your safety for when your truck becomes disconnected from your trailer, and your brakes will be activated 100% and stop the trailer, theoretically. So you got to have it. It's very important. It's nothing I would want to shortcut. So we're going to get that done today and see what other things we get into. There might be another little section of the project going on, but we'll see how much we do. And then again, like everything else I've done, yeah, I'm fighting the weather, so we'll see how much I can get done throughout the rain. That little guy's in here getting maintenance stuff for deer camp, so let's get working. So while we're still waiting for the weather, I cut off the leads on this. Not that they don't work, and I don't have enough is the problem to go from where I want to go to the junction box. So when I went back to the trailer store, I bought a bunch of this 12-2 cable, and we're going to use that. I cut a 10-foot chunk on there, and we're going to use that to run. I mean, not that the other wires wouldn't work, but they just don't look as neat, and I was going to have to add on to them anyways. So I used my connectors. You guys have seen me do this before, and I put some heat shrink tube on there, but there was a little gap in the front here. So Christopher was doing some creations out here, and he had a hot glue stick he'd left. So I thought, why not heat it up and just kind of work it in to the open spots there, and that's what I did. I mean, between the heat shrink connectors and this heat shrink, the glue probably isn't necessary at all, but you know, it's not going to hurt me to do more than this is necessary. So yeah, let's move on here. All right, we're back. We got my little crank up tool welded on. The handle still works. We got some blocking built, just boards I cut and screwed together for the trailer, so now we don't have to search for blocks every time we move the trailer. And the important stuff, let me catch you up. We got our disconnect screwed in, just like the other one was, but this is a better spot for me because my hitch release handles on this side, and that's usually what I drape it over. And we ran our wire all the way along here, and we're to the junction box. I know it looks a little bit gaudy, but honestly you're not even going to see it. So we got it run. I cut a little slit in here to run the wire through, and now we're going to make a couple terminals. We're going to connect one to the brake wire and one to the battery wire. Let's see, which one is that? Left turn, right turn, tail, auxiliary, clear. Oh, idiot. It's this one, because this is the one we got run over here. So, battery wire and trailer brake wire, and we will be done. So let's make some terminals and get her connected. And just like that, we ran it in. We ran one wire to the brake wire and the other wire to the hot wire, which will be a battery wire once we get everything connected here. So we're going to close her up and call this part of the project done. On to some taillights. Well, this is how we fight the rain. Finally had enough, and now that we're working on the back end of the trailer, we got ourselves out of the weather, so it can rain all at once now. We're going to finish tightening up some wires, and it's time for taillights. We'll be able to unscrew them and paint and do all that stuff, but for now we're going to put taillights on this because the next time we go get steel, we're going to use this. So, here we go. You got it. Keep putting pressure on it. See how you put too much on there and busted the clip? But you already got your hole drilled now, so back that screw out, grab another clip. Yeah, it's broke. So back that screw out, and you can reuse the screw, and I'll give you another plastic clip. Alright, well, you've seen Christopher working on that. We've got the wire all supported all the way to the back. We've got our taillights spliced in over here. Got our taillights spliced in over there. This worked out perfect. I had just enough of this 6 wire to go all the way to the end. I'm going to pick up 2 more of these cable holds to get this wire up where it belongs. But it is good. Got our taillights mounted. And we're going to back up, hook up, and give it its first try. Hold on. Alright, well, it's been a couple days. I still got to get that wire on the bottom held up with some wire hangers. These deals here, but that's not a big deal. That'll get done. The taillights work. We had a little snafu with the wiring. Come to find out that junction box isn't exactly as accurate as it says it is. It wasn't a super big deal. We just went back through and tested the wires and hooked them up in the right places. So this is done. We'll call this a quick video for now. Our next project is going to be this front part here. It's a little wobbly, but it was meant to have a camper shell on it. So we are going to work on our front gussets and front landing gear, and we're going to box in the front area on our next video. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have that coming out next week for you. We appreciate your support. Make sure and give us a subscribe and a like and hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next video.